back road, who anything that was degrading, slut, Obiame use and control our husband mind, and the Spirit of God don't strive with man every day. And again, that wasn't her first standing at my head chip. So I tell her, I said, no, it wasn't Obiame all. Is it true? No. But if you keep on poking me, I'm going to respond at some point in time. And if I am going to respond, I'm going to tell you something. Because at the end of the day, I'm still human. That's whatever. No, I have a big sister in the US. They go crazy over three things, or three persons right now in life. My man, my pitney, and my big sister. And me say that without apology. Touch them, my head kind of go off. So when I hung up the phone and I spoke to my sister, she said, as you hung up, one of them messaged me. And them tell her figure, assault her mother, and that David a dog and him asleep with everybody in the church and whatever, and my head go off. So when I came back on the live now, because I had to do another live to assist a young lady that I'm assisting that had an accident, I started talking on the live. I said, every day you guys just poke people and you keep doing things behind the scene. I said, just leave me alone. And I said, no, he's not a dog. And no, he's not sleeping with everybody in the church. If he was be sleeping with anybody, it would be me. And then I started talking about the situation. I was saying, like, leave us alone. Me send him can't give you, because I don't have a visa. You prison him. Me now leave him in there. And you know, I started talking and ranting. Well, I don't know who spliced it. They didn't talk the full story, but all I know that it is all over social media that I said that the apostle and I are sleeping together, but that wasn't the statement I made. The statement I made is that if he was sleeping with anyone, it would have been me. He's not sleeping with everybody in the church. And then from there, different content creators would have taken it and posted it on their thing. You know, social media going to go on. And then now there was a letter now anonymously sent to Pink Wall. And that letter was addressed to me and was talking some things that were not true. So I did a live and went through the letter thoroughly, clear up what need to clear up. And from then, of course, I've been getting the bashing and the this and the that and what Apostle Mebika we are sexing at the church. And that now led to Apostle breaking his silence for the first time. I'm glad to speak his truth of the abuse that he went through and all of that. I'm like a Jeremiah. If you read who Prophet Jeremiah was known for his boldness. And Jeremiah was known for just speaking it as it is. Jeremiah was not one to pretty it up. And God has given me that boldness. I did make a statement like that because, like I said, this young lady is somebody who works in the background. For example, there's a picture that she sent to Apostle.
What go me G? Yo, John, man, hungry. Why we no go check McDonald's? Me no want a hamburger. Then make we go check Rodney. When them hungry, watch everybody.
Morning, guys. Watch this. Morning, my beautiful viewers, and my excitement, my fabulous, my fabulous, my amazing, my beautylicious, my beautifies, my subscribers. How no there? How no do? Oh no, alright. I hope each and every one of you this morning is in good health and good strength. And as always, I hope you don't feel no pain. Remember, guys, call your friends and family. Do some wellness check. Mental health crisis is on a rise. Guys, let me say this to you. If you have a family member or a friend who is going through any kind of mental health issue and saying that he or she may harm him or himself or may harm other people, I'm asking you to report it to the police or talk to the doctor. Listen to me. When you report it to the police is not going to lock them up. The police is going to take them and put them into a facility that will take care of them. So guys, check out your friends and family. Please, I'm begging you. Domestic violence is on a rise, guys. Talk to your friends and family. And guys, let me say this. Walk away from trouble if you can. Promise me, men, not to do the things that a man do. Take a people tree life. Take a people 3 point. Take people life and take your own. Walk away from trouble. Walk away from trouble if you can. Me just build a song pan the ground, me just build that. Yeah man, walk away guys. Walk away from trouble. Don't take the people them 3 point. Don't take them life. Don't do that because you believe you're invested in that person. Walk away. And if you can't walk away, ask for help. Guys, domestic violence, it's dangerous. It's serious. Yeah man, it's really serious. But guys, wanna see that reflection, guys? The water is reflecting the sun. I shine upon the water and the water I reflect upon. It's a nice, decent thing this morning. Now, beautiful viewers and subscribers, I just want to have a dialogue with you this morning about something. I saw something, you see, on the YouTube about a pastor, 2 pastors. And that's for another video, but I just want to say something about what I saw. 2 pastors is in the news of one pastor take away another woman, husband, and they're having issues. Now, guys, what I really want to say about this situation, you see, it's very sad to see that a place that you should be going to listen the word of Jesus Christ. You have to be hearing all sorts of happening in your relationship. 2 people that you should sit down and talk to say coming out. You want your relationship who should be to go back together, giving you want your relationship to be very nice. 2 people, those that should be is giving you of a cheating, of a relationship gone sour. 2 people that should you should be looking for another woman saying to go to pastor and talk take about away her husband. Relationships. 2 people that you should go to the apostle, the dialogues. Yes, they said about the apostle. What is, however, when I listen to the apostle, the man, I don't remember his name right now because I don't have the paper. When I listen to the man talk, yes, the man sound like he was in an abusive relationship. Yes, he sound as if he was in an abusive relationship. He couldn't talk, he couldn't do anything. As far as he said that the woman is in one country, he's in another country, and the woman is calling him and dictating and telling him what to do. Have me excuse. Now, when I listen to the apostle, the lady, and I listen to her, to me, it sounds more like you jump out a frying pot and jump in the fire. Because this apostle who says she's a pastor does not sound like a person that anybody should go sit and listen to. I'm just being honest. The words that coming out of this apostle mouth do not sounds like any mouth that any word of God should be coming out of. And I'm being honest. This lady sound like a war boat. This lady sound like a, what I could say, this lady sound very disrespectful. This lady sound like she don't give, as she said, she can move, take off like a jet. She don't have to run off. She just take off, whoop. But guys, make out of fun and joke. Put fun and joke aside. What I saw and what I listened to, there is no love there. There is no love there. What is there is spirit tech, and because that young apostle have done something good for the female apostle, that's why she believed that she owe him something. You know what I don't like? Is to hear a person said they go to God and ask God and tell God, ask God if it's that will, let it happen. But yet still, if it's God will, let it happen. But yet still, you're pushing the fire to make it happen. If it's God will, let it happen. But you're not, you're pushing the fire. You're fighting with the other female, not literally fighting, but you're fighting mentally with the other female to take over from what is happening to that young man, the young apostle. Guys, that what I saw is domestic eruption in the church from two people who people should be thinking of learning something from. That's what I saw. I saw two people, and I'm going to be honest with you. The star, the star, the star is not, I don't want to use any word. The star is like the Enquiry. You remember the Enquiry that used to be in Jamaica, and because of the news that the Enquirer was bringing, they take time and do away with the Enquirer, because the Enquirer would be digging up every single dirty mess that is out there. The Star is just like the Enquirer, because when the Star find a news like that, no, not a news, because that's not a news. That's domestic violence playing out on social media by two people who is in the church. They're not only in the church, they're running the church. By the way, how can a man or a woman or a family or a person go to a church when the pastor, the apostle, and the other apostle is having domestic issues playing out on social media? And it's not like they are backing away from it. Literally, the man, as you see that man sit down in that video, you know that that man is like, do anything you want. When I watch that video, it's a very, very sad video to watch. Looking at two people who you should say they are people of God. However, let me say this. Not because they are people of God, they don't go through situation and they don't go through things. But it's how you deal with the situation. Coming on social media, fighting words to words as an apostle, as a pastor, as a preacher, it's sad. The respectful way to do those things, in my eyes, is to come out and apologize to your audience, to your people. Apologize for what has happened, for what is coming out in the public. Even if you're going to explain what has happened, you explain what happened in a respectful way. You don't explain what happened in a disrespectful way or in a way that you tell people that you don't care. Because I'm going to say this to the female apostle. If I was a member of your church congregation, or I don't know what you call it, but if I was a member, I wouldn't be a member anymore after listening to you talking to the Star News. I wouldn't come back to your church. I would not. And the reason why I would not come back to your church is, if you are a pastor and you cannot control your emotion, if you cannot control your emotion, how are you going to control me? How are you going to help me? If you cannot control your emotion, let me come closer. Let me come closer. If you are a pastor, if you are an apostle, if you are a person of God, and you cannot control your emotion, if you cannot control your mouth, if you cannot control your behavior, how can you talk to me? How can you explain to me what God wants me to do? Come on now, people. How can you explain anything to me? How can you have dialogues with me when you cannot angle pressure? If you cannot angle pressure, how you're going to deliver how I should angle pressure to me when you cannot control it? Anybody can say Jesus, but it's when that delivery comes and how you deliver it. Anybody can come on a pulpit and talk. Anybody can talk on a pulpit. Anybody can talk on a pulpit. But it's how you present yourself as a man, as a woman of God. Delivering yourself to people is important to God and to those people who you're delivering those words to. Having dialogues, having friction, having domestic violence, having all these kind of things, when there's people out there who having issues, who will come and want to sit with you and talk about what is happening in their relationship. However, you cannot control your relationship. You cannot control yourself. You cannot control nothing. So who are you that I should come and sit down and talk to? No. I wouldn't come and sit and talk with none of the two of you, because I'm going to say this to the guy. You even worse than the woman. You worse than the woman. Because as a man, you cannot buy your own ticket. And let me say this. Let me say this. She said she buy your ticket to go there, buy your ticket to do this. That simple meaning, you're with your wife, but you're communicating with that lady. Well, listen me good. Listen to me good. Listen to me good. Two wrongs does not make one right. If you're with your wife and your wife is treating you bad, hold on a little bit, hold on a little bit, hold on a little bit. So your wife is treating you bad, and the person who is talking to you about how your person is treating you is the person you end up having a relationship with. Why you think that happened? Because you want that. You want that, she want that all along. Because none of you respect the church. None of you respect your congregation. None of you respect the Lord. Wow. Guys, this wasn't a video I was going to make, you know. But I just kept talking and it just kept coming. If you sit down and look at what really and truly happened, he's in the relationship and he's going back and forth. But guys, this was happening way before. Let me say this to each and every one of you. This just doesn't happen just like that. From the day she saw this man and this man helped her daughter, from that day, this woman was owning that man. Listen to what me I say. From that day, she was hounding this man. And this man realized that. He realized that she likes him. But because of the church, because of the apostles, and because of this and because of that, they didn't say nothing to each other. It's just like no man or woman is really your friend. They talk with you, but behind closed door, they're waiting for that specific moment. And that's exactly what she did. You see, when you can call a woman or call a man and talk to them about your problem in your relationship, what do you think that other person on the next end is doing? That other person on that next end is going to fuel you into walk away. That person is going to do everything to help you to walk away, just like what the apostle did by buying the tickets. You have a wife, and your wife, you was in the United States, and your wife make you go to jail. But the fact is, nobody say why the wife make you go to jail. Police is not that stupid. Police is not that stupid. And if you go to jail, and as soon as the case finish, you're going to buy him ticket to come back to Jamaica. You buy him the ticket to come back to you. Yeah, you're buying the ticket to come back to you because you know exactly what you're doing. Now, do you all see what this female apostle, do you all see what this lady have done in this relationship? I'm not, listen me good enough. Listen me good. I'm not saying this guy wasn't in an abusive relationship, because it sounds as if he was in an abusive relationship. Why? I don't know. Why? I don't know. But if you listen to what they're saying, you can realize that the apostle, the female apostle, is what caused all the problem, because there wasn't no problem before. And that woman see that her husband, her man, or whatsoever, before they married, was, what I would say is, mentally gone to another person. My viewers and subscribers, it's very sad to see that the apostles is out there in a domestic violence, not, well, I wouldn't say domestic violence because it never get physically, but well, I would say domestic violence situation. And that's why I'm saying to each and every one of you, domestic violence is serious. We have to take it more than how we are taking these things. I'm begging you people, think about it. Think about it. Walk away from it. And to the church, it's a sad moment to see that one of your own, two of your own, is out there in the public just like everybody else, having guys, I don't even want to say the words that is flowing through my mouth because there's no way I should be looking at a star video and see two people who is in the church having interview over who take who husband, the church. Yeah, the church. Yeah, the church. Yeah, the church. When you see that two people from in the church having dialogues about cheating, and when the words that coming out of the female apostle and the way how she's laughing, the way she's sitting, her pastor in the video just did not connect well with me. It just looked like a person who don't care. She really and truly don't look like a person who give one about nothing. She looked like a war boat ready to fight. Anyway, my viewers and subscribers, take care of yourself. I tell you, when you sit down and you realize that the same place that you think of going to the church on a Saturday or Sunday or any days of the week and have dialogues with your pastor, your apostle, or anybody that is running the church, and you realize that they cannot control their emotion, they cannot control themselves, you have to ask yourself, where is the next place to turn? Where is the next avenue? Where else can we go? Because if you cannot put your trust in the church, well, not the church, but if you cannot put your trust in your pastor, your apostle, or the person who is going to preach to you to help you, then who are you going to put your trust in? As the the the, the male apostle said, she was the person that they would come to when they were having problems. And if you go into a pastor when you were having problem about your problem, that means the pastor know what the problem is and know how to go around the problem. That's the reason why I tell people, do not talk your problems with another woman who know your woman. Don't talk your problem with people, because they're going to use it and tell you, or they're going to use it and get around you. Viewers and subscribers, until the next video, I will see you now. Walk good.